just a random glance back, she suddenly noticed. There was a girl who looked exactly like her. They were both totally shocked, but pretty quickly, they started getting on each other's nerves. No one expected. They were actually twins who'd been separated for 11 years. And now they ran into each other at an international summer camp. Everything started to change. Annie, who lives in London, is classy and elegant, picked up and dropped off in luxury cars every day, with her own personal butler. Hallie, who lives in California, is just as well off, but way more laid back, wears earrings, and denim jackets. Because they look the same, they immediately start competing. A silent rivalry begins. The next day, Hallie goes back to the cabin, and finds her bed hanging from the ceiling. Of course she's not letting that slide. That night, she sneaks into Annie's cabin with others, spreads honey all over her, pours juice all over the floor. Even the roommate gets caught in it. The next morning, Annie wakes up. The room is a total mess. The second she steps down, it's all sticky. She completely loses it. Hallie watches from outside, enjoying the show. Annie even gets hit with water balloons. Just then, the camp director comes for inspection. Hallie quickly blocks the door. But the more nervous she gets, the more suspicious she looks. Annie takes the chance and insists the director come in. The door opens, and everything goes out of control. The room is a disaster. The fan turns on. Feathers fly everywhere. There's no way to clean this up anytime soon. In the end, both of them get sent to the cabin for punishment. But they're not done yet. That night, Annie turns on the light to write, keeping Hallie awake. Hallie turns it off. Annie turns it back on. They go back and forth all night. Neither of them wins. The next day, it suddenly starts pouring rain. Hallie's photos get blown everywhere. She rushes to close the window, but it's stuck. Annie sees it, and goes over to help. Together, they finally shut it. The mood shifts. The tension starts to ease. Hallie shares some cookies. Annie realizes she likes dipping them in peanut butter too. As they talk, something feels off. It's not just that they look alike. A lot of things match. They're both allergic to strawberries. They even have the same birthday. Annie figures it out first. She grew up with her mom, never met her dad. Hallie grew up with her dad, never met her mom. They pull out photos. Everything lines up. Turns out, they really are twins. Sisters separated for 11 years. Finally, they recognize each other. Just yesterday they were messing with each other. Now they're hugging. They start talking about their parents, and realize their parents stayed single after the divorce. Hallie suddenly gets an idea. They could switch places, experience each other's lives, and figure out why their parents split. Maybe even get them back together. They instantly agree. The next day, they start preparing, memorize everyone in the family, learn the layout of the house, even practice each other's accents. Annie cuts her hair short. Now they look almost identical. Hallie notices Annie doesn't have pierced ears. To avoid getting exposed, she pierces her ears on the spot, numbs it with ice, then uses a needle. It hurts so bad she yells. But the plan goes on. Soon, camp ends. They've fully switched identities. One goes to London. The other goes to California. They split the mission. One finds out about the romance. The other digs into the breakup. Everything is ready. They officially start the plan. Soon, they head off. Hallie goes to London. The moment she gets on the plane, she's a little nervous, excited to see her mom, but scared of getting caught. After landing, the butler picks her up. He's surprised by her short hair. Hallie makes up an excuse, then greets him the way Annie taught her. She passes. It's her first time in London. Everything feels new. The house is decorated to welcome her. She meets her grandfather, greets him carefully. He's warm and funny, and smells like a pipe. Hallie can't help but take a few more sniffs. Then, her mom comes downstairs. Hallie finally sees her. In that moment, she doesn't know how to act. In her mom's room, she gently touches everything. Everything is elegant. Her mom is a wedding dress designer, very famous, even works for royalty. Hallie visits her workplace. Watching her work, she's full of presents. But Hallie doesn't forget the mission. While shopping, she casually brings up her dad, trying to get information. Her mom says they met on a boat, fell for each other quickly. Even after all these years, there's no bitterness in her tone. Meanwhile, Annie arrives in California. She meets her dad. He's very easygoing. Seeing his daughter suddenly so quiet feels a bit off. Annie isn't great at acting. She slips up while talking, but manages to cover it. Her dad doesn't think much of it. Soon, they return to the vineyard. It's even more beautiful than the photos. But there's a problem. There's another woman around her dad, and they seem close. The housekeeper quietly tells her this woman is new, works in PR, but honestly, she seems more interested in the money. Annie immediately gets alert. She decides to test her. Perfect timing. Her dad wants to introduce them. At the first meeting, Annie feels something's off. This woman is too good at pretending. She acts sweet, but feels fake. Annie starts testing her, splashes water on her on purpose. The woman stays calm on the surface, but clearly holding back. These little tricks don't scare her off. Worse, her dad is already hooked. He's even thinking about marriage. Annie panics, but in front of her dad, the woman keeps acting thoughtful, even gives them time alone. But behind it, she has her own plan. She's already thinking about sending Annie away. Before dinner, her dad asks Annie what she thinks. Annie objects, but can't give a solid reason. She just pushes through. She has no idea what to do. She quickly calls Hallie, but Hallie is fully enjoying life in London. She doesn't take it seriously, tells her to handle it herself, and hangs up. Annie is speechless. Later, while riding horses, she learns worse news. The wedding is in 2 weeks. There's no time. She confronts the woman directly, tells her to find someone else. But the woman is firm. She's marrying in. No backing down. Annie breaks down. Right then, the housekeeper notices something's wrong, keeps questioning her. Annie finally tells the truth, admits she's not Hallie. But before she finishes, her dad shows up. The housekeeper doesn't expose her. Instead, covers for her. Finally, someone is on her side. Meanwhile, Annie sends a message for help, but the London butler sees it first. Hallie accidentally notices it. She realizes something's wrong. She quickly finds a place to call, only then finds out her dad is about to get married. They realize switching lives isn't enough anymore. They have to bring their mom to the US. Maybe only she can stop the wedding. But there's a problem. How do they tell her? Hallie starts to get nervous. She goes home, finds a chance to talk to her mom alone, builds up the courage, and tells the truth. Her mom is shocked at first, but quickly accepts it. She's even emotional. All these years, she's been thinking about her other daughter. They hug. The moment becomes warm. Her mom decides to go to the US herself, and switch the girls back. Hallie doesn't mention the wedding. Before leaving, her mom starts to feel unsure, worried she's changed, worried it'll be awkward seeing her ex again, but still decides to go. Soon, they arrive in the US, check into a hotel. Her mom is nervous the whole way, even a bit off. Hallie and the butler are worried. Meanwhile, her dad and that woman also arrive at the same hotel, preparing for the engagement. Everyone is gathering in the same place. The atmosphere gets tense. Her mom goes to the front desk, and passes Annie. Their dog recognizes the scent, and runs over. Her mom sees Annie, thinks she's Hallie, says a few words and leaves. At the same time, her dad is in the elevator. He suddenly sees her mom. Soon, the three of them meet. The twins explain the whole plan, hoping their mom will stop the wedding. But she stays rational, says she shouldn't interfere, tells them to talk to their dad themselves. But the twins aren't giving up. Her dad starts looking for her mom everywhere, runs into Annie, then Hallie, still doesn't realize anything, until he actually sees her. He completely falls apart, can barely walk straight, and even falls into the pool. It's awkward, but kind of funny. They finally reunite. The mood becomes complicated. Not just joy, but a lot left unsaid. Then, that woman shows up. They officially meet. She realizes it's the twins behind everything. Her expression changes instantly. That night, the twins make another move. They rent a boat, recreate the scene from back then, give their parents time alone. They finally sit down and talk about the past, about why they split. Turns out, they were just young and stubborn. Neither wanted to back down, so they walked away. Looking back now, it doesn't seem like such a big deal. That night, their relationship softens a lot, but they're not back together yet. It's not over. The twins push further. They force their mom to stay, plan a camping trip. If she refuses, they'll keep mixing up identities. She has no choice. She agrees. The camping trip begins. That woman comes along too. The plan gets disrupted, but the twins adapt fast. They start targeting her. During the day, hiking wears her out. She struggles the whole way. Hallie secretly puts rocks in her bag, making it worse. At night, they switch her bug spray. She gets attacked by mosquitoes. She takes medicine and falls asleep, completely knocked out. The twins drag her to the lake. The next morning, she wakes up, and completely loses it. Finally, she snaps, forces the dad to choose her or his daughters. He doesn't hesitate, chooses his daughters. She's out. The plan didn't fully get their parents back together, but they got rid of her. Things start to calm down. That night, her dad cooks dinner himself, even dresses up, takes her mom to the wine cellar. It's full of wine he collected. There's a special bottle, the one from their wedding. He's kept it all these years. The feeling between them slowly comes back, but at the key moment, they stop. Her mom becomes more rational, no longer impulsive. The next day, she still decides to leave, takes Annie back to London. Her dad doesn't stop her, just says goodbye calmly. It seems like it's over, but it's not. Back in London, the moment her mom walks in, something feels off. Her dad is already there. He followed her. This time, he doesn't miss his chance. 11 years ago, he didn't go after her. This time, he did. They finally face each other. No more running. That broken family is finally whole again. And that's where the story truly ends.